guys, today I've got something pretty fun for you. The Syma X12 Nano. This is actually my dad's, but he's letting me make a review of it so I can post it. As you can see, he's pretty small, slightly larger than the Cheerson CX10. He's probably maybe an inch and a half on a side, without the blades. He's like 20 or 25 bucks or something like that on GearBest.com. There's a link to where I got him down in the description. He comes in a really nice box. As you can see, it's a pretty sturdy box with quite a few things. This controller takes AA batteries, and this is just a little screw that goes on the back. The quadcopter, of course. It's got the charging cable that lights up red here when it's finished charging. Unlike the CX10, it's like the opposite. Then we've got extra blades. It comes with four blades on the quad and 4 extras. My dad bought like 2 packs, so he's got like 12 extra. It comes with a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver and a little Ziploc baggie. Of course, the controller. And yeah, the box. So I've got a few complaints. First of all, we've got the problem with the instructions. They're somewhat helpful, but not really because of the poor English. Let me read a little bit out of this instruction manual. For example, there's some pretty fun stuff about the fire disaster. Here we go. During the process of charging, falling down or striking by the outer force should be otherwise. Otherwise, it may be cause the short-circuited within the battery and thus may cause the danger. So it's not very helpful. If you have a problem, you're better off probably looking it up. So, next we have the controller. It's got actually, this is not a complaint. It's got a trim that goes around, so if he's turning like this, then you can adjust that, or if he's drifting to left or right, it's got a separate thing for that. And it's got this whole thing where you press buttons to change the mode for the throttle, and it's got quite a few functions there. It doesn't have headless mode though. The left button changes the mode. It has low rate and high rate, and it has it does flips, and I'll show you how to do those. Now you'll notice our on and off button is upside down, and one of the batteries has been taken out. That is because my dad had a problem with it. After a few flights, it started turning on, but when he would press the button, it would go down, but it wouldn't stay down. So it would go down and come back up. So it would just beep and then turn off. And so he couldn't bind it. So what he did was he just flipped the button over. And there's a little catch and a little clip, and that's how it stays down. That had like worn away or something. It must have been used, I don't know. But, so we just flipped the button over so that there was a bigger catch. So it's always down. You just take the battery out when you're done and put it in when you're ready to fly, and it still binds right to it. A lot of people also complain about these LEDs here being on top. But it's actually not bad. You're not going to be flying it above your head all that much. And if you do, it reflects here off the bottoms of the blades. He's also got a pretty nice LED in front that tells you where front is a lot of times. So, and the last complaint are the blades. The blades have little numbers on them. For example, this is a number 7. I don't know if you can see that. It's really tiny. But the numbers don't correspond to anything. For example, this is a 1, this is a 7. You could relate those two in a gajillion different ways. They don't have A's or B's or anything, so you just have to kind of go off of a picture I found on the internet of how the blades are oriented. So you have to look at the angling of the blades. This one, the left leaf goes toward you, the right one goes away. This one is the opposite. This one is the same as this one. These two are the same. And these two are the same. And the black goes in front here. It's kind of confusing. That's kind of annoying. It took me like 5 tries once when I had to replace the blade once. So I had to look up the picture, and I just got so confused. And so, yeah, that's about everything there is to know. You can see everything here, and I'm gonna do some flying outside to show you what it does outside. And then I'm gonna fly it inside. I'll do some stuff like some flips, some high rate flying, some low rate flying, some bank turns, and stuff like that. And there's one thing that bothers a lot of people. There is no low battery warning. Usually they will blink before they're dying. This thing dies and then it starts blinking. Now, it doesn't just drop out of the sky. It slowly sinks to the ground, but let's say you've got it 50 feet away from you, and it sinks into the grass, you can't see it anymore. It never told you that it was low battery, and that's kind of annoying. So, yeah, but I'll just show you guys how it flies outside. So if you had the same problem we had to flip the button upside down on the controller. Just pop your battery in here. The instruction manual describes it as the die sound. Now go ahead and turn on the quad. Up and down on the throttle stick, and those stop blinking, and you're bound. Just gotta put the battery cover on. And I'm gonna press the button above the throttle, the left one, to go to low or high rate. And now I went right to high rate because it's pretty slow on low rate. I'll show you that. So on high rate, he looks something like this, going side to side, front to back. On low rate, obviously that's not quite the case. In both cases though, the yaw rate is unbearably slow, but it is pretty good if you're going to do something like a bank turn. So I'm going to go this way and do a bank turn. That nice slow yaw rate can be handy. We'll do a couple flips. Press down on the right button above the pitch and roll stick, and then press the button the direction you want to go, but then you release the flip button. Otherwise, it doesn't do the flip. Apparently, there's a double flip function that I've never tried. So that's about all you need to know for this guy, and now we're going to head inside. Okay, so inside you can see the lights better on the top. They're actually pretty bright, and then the one on the front's pretty good too. So we'll go ahead and take this guy off. I would demonstrate a bank turn inside. I tried that before. It hit a window, it doesn't work very well. Just trimming a little here. And as you can see, he does pretty well inside. You can do the flips inside. As you can see, they work much better outside. This is a much better Nano for outdoors. You don't see many of those. Most of them are for indoors because they're so small. You don't get many that are built for outdoors, but definitely over the CX10, I would say this is an outdoor. And that's about all you need to know for this little guy of how he flies and what comes in the package. So I really hope you will subscribe and that you enjoyed the video. Thanks!